Hey guys, what is going on? Dylan here. What I got for you today is a guide video or a tips and tricks video or a walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, for the Grandmaster Nightfall mission Glassway. Now that Grandmasters are out for the season, I do plan on doing a video like this for each Grandmaster, so look out for those in the future. Of course, doing this is going to net you the new Strand Linear Fusion Rifle, the Scintillation, and it is double rewards, so completing this week will get you 2 of those. So definitely worth trying to get this completed at least once or twice to see if you can get a good roll. The perks for that weapon are pretty dang good. Okay, so first and foremost in this GM, there are a ton of champions. I believe it is 28 total, 16 overloads, and 12 barriers. So definitely make sure you have some kind of reliable way of stunning them, um, doing damage to them, suspending them, or in my case, freezing them with a ton of stasis turrets. I was using a Prismatic Warlock build with Song of Flame, Bleak Watcher, Feed the Void, Outbreak Perfected for those barrier champions, Zaoli's Bane for the Overload champions, and then a machine gun just for added ad clear, DPS, kind of whatever I needed it for. And then I did use Osmium Sea Gloves with this for the extra cold snap grenade to get 2 stasis turrets. I found that that worked out a lot better than using Getaway Artist with the Arc Soul. For our hunters, what I would recommend is some kind of invis build. Omnioculus is a fantastic option if you need that build. I have that on my channel. But some kind of reliable invis for reviving, for survivability. And then Titans, I know you guys are not doing the best right now, but Shackle Grenades, Stranger Lash, some kind of suspension build is what I would recommend, which I will be actually making a build on my channel for that this week for this GM, because that's some guy joined that was using it in an LFG, and it was really, really good. So I would like to also make a build for that. So a lot of this strike isn't too bad. It's taking it slow, dealing with champions, just playing your life and survivability. But there are 2 areas that I consider to be quote-unquote high risk areas. The first one is going to be this area here where you have to capture this plate. There's going to be just a ton of shanks that spawn and snipers on the walls. So what you can do is you can step on the plate, let the percentage go up a little bit. That will spawn enemies. Once that happens, you can go back to the front of the room where there's a little bit more cover, take care of the enemies. Then you can go back on the plate, capture it a little bit more until enemies spawn, and keep rinsing and repeating this process. That is a very safe method. When we got a little bit more comfortable doing this GM, we just had Dill. He was playing an Invis Hunter. We just had him go invisible and stand on the plate, and we just ad cleared like crazy. It's not too bad if you know where to spawn. One thing to look out for are these snipers that spawn on the walls. Those are definitely run killers. As even after you take care of the fluid and get to 100%, and you're making your way to the end of this room. Just keep in mind that there are snipers that constantly spawn on the tops of the walls, and those are definitely run killers. Okay, risk area number 2 is going to be the boss room itself. This area can get hectic. So what we did is we went into this middle room here, the left room. It has 3 entrances to this room. The middle point here, you can see where I'm popping my super and using right now. The right, there's a door to the right, and then one to the left. Most enemies, for every time that we ran this, they all kind of filtered into the left. Sometimes a champion or a wyvern would try to flank behind us, so you just got to keep your head on a swivel for that. But for the most part, they do funnel into the middle there, so pop your supers in the middle, keep throwing down those stasis turrets to freeze everything. Basically, what you're wanting to do is slow down the champions, slow down the pace of enemies. So you can see here in this clip, we did get a overload that kind of flanked behind us. That's why you got to keep your head on a swivel there. And we just pop supers, froze it. I went transcendent, anything and everything you have to do in order to take care of them as quickly as possible. That is the name of the game. Deal with a champion as fast as possible, or if nothing else, slow them down. So that's where suspending them or freezing them is definitely going to come in clutch. And yeah, I mean, just keep throwing down those stasis turrets to keep freezing them. I like to throw them in the middle here, and then I will sometimes throw one kind of behind us just as a safety, just in case one does tend to flank behind us. Now, for actually damaging the boss, this is where we don't really need a super or anything. What I'm doing here is I'm popping out on the left side, shooting it with Outbreak Perfected. Once it starts shooting me, Dill is actually stepping out on his side and shooting it, and then we're calling out to each other that it's looking at me, now it's looking at you, now it's looking at me, and we're just basically going back and forth, just bouncing the boss back and forth. And when he looks at us, we just basically go back into the middle section and hide. He does a lot of damage and can very quickly, a lot quicker than you may think, he can very quickly kill you. And then once you do enough damage, you'll just get everything to spawn again. You just keep rinsing and repeating. So you can here's the Titan that was using that suspension build, which was pretty cool. And yeah, I would say keep freezing the overload champions. I really mainly popped my Song of Flame on the actual wyvern. You can see I popped it here for the wyverns and the hydras. or the Hydra. There's this like little mini boss. I always use my Song of Flame on him because he's annoying and he can just linger in your area and just cause a bunch of problems. So I constantly super just to get rid of him as fast as possible. And then yeah, just keep throwing the stasis turrets, keep freezing everything in the mid. You can see here there's like 3 stasis turrets up right now, and I'm going Transcendent. Literally use every single weapon that you have at your disposal so that you can take care of everything as fast as possible. And then you just go back to doing damage with the Outbreak Perfected the same way, bouncing it back and forth, and eventually you will complete the mission. Get your double scintillations. If you have any questions, leave it down below. Leave a like, comment, and I will talk to you guys later. Love y'all. Bye.